Hello you beautiful human beings, welcome back to part 2 of my acting journey so far. So where were we? Agents. So, no, I have never been to drama school full time. Yes, I did partake in a foundation course, which is in my favour. No, it is not easy to try and get an agent without going to drama school, but yes, it is possible, and that, my friends, is what I'm working with. It is possible, and I know you're all probably thinking, why don't you just go to drama school? Well guys, there's this thing, why is that reason actually? I can't afford it. It's very expensive, and it's just not the path that I have taken, unfortunately, to get to this point. And I know it's possible to get an agent, but so many people have done it. Natalie Portman, yeah, she's a full-time actor. She's never been to drama school.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Academy. This is insane.
So I know it's possible, but it is very hard, and this is what I've dedicated the last year to trying to find. So I got a lot of advice, what not to do, what to do. I gave myself a big checklist, so before you can even start to apply to agencies, there is so much work you have to do, like prep you have to do before you can start applying. Guys, here's the checklist. If you are looking to get an agent, before we do anything, we need headshots. We need an acting CV. We need a cover letter. Now what I would say is you're gonna write so many emails, it's literally gonna boggle your mind the amount of emails you will send out. So I suggest you create a folder saying agents, put everything in there, and also create a template for yourself. But make sure you don't send the same email out twice, and by that I mean create a template, a rough guide of what you want to say, but make it personal to that specific agency. So before you actually send an email, do your research on them, make sure they're legit. Look at their client list, see if they have anybody like you on their client list, see if there's anybody you recognize, incorporate that into your letter, let them know that you have done your homework, that you are interested, that you are a fan, and that you are taking this very seriously. So you need a cover letter, and last but not least, you need a show reel or an example of your work, example of your content, because they will not consider you at all if they can't see how you act. It's as simple as that. And I started distributing everything out to these casting agencies. One thing one of my acting teachers referred me to was this, it's like a casting directory, the home of casting. It's called Spotlight, and if you are from the UK and you are an actor or an aspiring actor, I am very sure that you have heard most definitely of Spotlight. So I was advised to get myself on Spotlight as fast as I could, and the catch-22 with Spotlight is, in order for you to be considered a professional working actor, you need to be on Spotlight. However, you can't get on Spotlight unless you have at least 4 professional credits to your name. And you can't get any professional credits to your name unless you have an agent finding you professional work.
Some catch that catch-22.
Can you see my dilemma, guys? And for some reason, I don't know why, but for Doctor Who Series 12 Episode 2 just ain't cutting it.
What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ! Fucking bullshit!
So I started sending everything out. I've applied to over, I'd say over 60 casting agencies. It takes a while to apply, and things you have to get used to, guys. There are no responses. There's going to be times, the majority of the time actually, they're not going to respond to you. Take it as a no and move on, carry on. If you're lucky, you will get some people who politely reject you, but it's nice because they'll say something like, you're doing all the right things, keep doing what you're doing. And although you're like, yeah, you're rejecting me, it's kind of like a, oh, okay, I'm on the right track, so please don't be disheartened by the rejection. It is just, for some reason it's mandatory. I don't know why, it's horrible, but it is. So if you do get no response from the agency you have applied to, it's very normal. That is something I learned as well during this lovely experience. One day I actually got an email back from one of the agencies that I applied to, and they said, are you still looking for representation? And this guy was lovely, and he actually called me and he gave me a lot of advice, and he actually explained to me that I couldn't go any further until I'm actually on Spotlight.
Fucking bullshit.
I basically needed to do absolutely everything I could to get on Spotlight, and because obviously we got into quarantine, everything kind of shut down, there was nothing professionally that I could work on. I felt like I was stuck, I was at a dead end. And more recently, so I'd say this was maybe end of May, an agent got back to me, and I'd been working on getting an agent since last September, so that took me up to May. So what I decided to do was to keep going, to keep doing what I was doing, to keep filming, to keep rehearsing. Even though I didn't have anything to rehearse for, I would find things that I liked and worked on them and made notes and performed them in front of my family, film them, have content, send it out, and I finally applied for a agency, another one of many, and this one actually got back to me, and they said that they'd like me to do a self-tape audition, because of course I can't go into their office at this moment in time. And this wasn't too long ago, this was actually beginning of August, and it was amazing. I loved the whole process. I wasn't very familiar with self-taping, but I much prefer it to actually going in and auditioning. But yeah, so I YouTubed how to self-tape because I didn't know how to put one together. There's very good videos that you could watch on it if you are struggling. YouTube is very helpful, as you probably know, and I put this self-tape together, and 2 of my auditions I've actually put on my channel if you want to watch them. It's the How Not to Interview one and the Immaculate Conception. Those were the auditions I sent in. And again, send it in and you don't hear anything back for a while. So yeah, then I had to keep I don't know if you guys should no, in fact, do this, because this is another piece of advice I want to give to you. No one cares about your work as much as you. And when you are sending things to agencies and stuff, you're nothing but a number, a ticket number in a line. You know, loads of people are doing the exact same thing. So make yourself known, be heard, be savvy, be consistent. And I emailed this agency a couple of times just to let them know that I've sent my tape in. They finally got back to me, said to me that they liked the self-tape and that they were keen to speak to me, and it was all happy days, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. So this was at the end of August leading up to September, which we are currently in. So this happened now, the beginning of September. So I'm waiting for this call. We finally arranged a day to have this call. I prepped, guys, I prepped the crap out of this call. You know, everything that we've just covered, you know, everything I've been doing since I was born, the kind of characters I could play, the kind of characters I want to play, my playing age, questions that I wanted to ask, like the whole shebang, guys. I was so excited. I was so like ready for this call. I was like, this is the first person to call me and actually talk about potentially being put onto their books and being signed by an agent. It was really exciting. And we managed to speak. We were speaking. It was lovely. It was fine. But again, I was told that I couldn't go any further until I am on Spotlight. It's a mandatory requirement.
Fucking bullshit.
And this is where I am today. So the agency was still amongst chatter, and she's seeing what she can do for me, if I can be put onto Spotlight. She's not sure. It's a work in progress, but it's not a definite, and it's not a no. I'm kind of in a weird limbo at the moment. So yeah, so after all that, there's no success as of yet, but it was important for me to share what I'm going through, because I'm sure there's many of you out there who may be going through the same thing, and we can kind of, talk to each other and help each other, and it's nice to give advice, and maybe you guys can give me some advice, the next steps I can do. Maybe there's projects that I could work on that could potentially help me to get put on Spotlight. So yeah, a couple of more things I just want to say. This process, it's hard. I've got a smile on my face, but it's either smile or cry. It is so hard, and you have to be consistent. Literally, it's been over a year, and I can see that I've made progress. Maybe not in the technical sides, the business sides, the me actually being professional. I haven't even gotten to the audition stages yet. I can't even begin to talk to you guys about, well, I went to this audition and they said no, or I'm preparing for this audition. I can't even audition yet. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep speaking to you guys, keep taking you guys with me, keep making content, and keep doing what I enjoy doing. Because something like Spotlight is definitely not gonna stop me.
Fucking bullshit.
And yeah, so it's a work in progress still. So the last thing I want to say to you guys is it's just a couple of pieces of advice that I have definitely learnt throughout this ongoing experience, and a major one is you are going to have down days. It is normal, okay? But sometimes you are just going to feel like, what the hell am I doing? Why did I leave my job? Why did I leave my stability? Why am I not making any money? Why am I not getting anywhere? And if you're a girl, you are going to suffer with girl, which means you overthink everything. But just don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just keep doing the things you enjoy doing, okay? It's a hard process. It's a long one as well. Things don't just happen overnight. You do have to work really hard, but you can definitely do it. Just the fact that you're at this point and you decided, you've made a choice that this is what I want to do moving forward, this is what I'm going to pursue, you're halfway there, because half of it is just making up your mind in order to do it, and then from then on it's just a matter of time before you do. So like I said, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Keep doing what you enjoy doing. Don't stop acting. Don't stop practicing. Don't stop watching everything you enjoy watching. Films, theatre, TV. That's the way, I learn. I love watching films. If anyone who knows me knows that. That's all I do. That's kind of how I learn as well. When I haven't been in workshops, when I haven't been able to act in reality, I learn from watching, and I have so many people I aspire to work with and I learn a lot from. And that was actually one of the other things I learned about myself, was growing up, being around brothers, watching a lot of boy films, I gravitated a lot towards male actors. And whenever I picked up a monologue to do, or picked up a scene I wanted to do, it was always a male scene, from a male part, a male lead. And as I've gotten older, I've kind of realised that, listen, as much as I love Al Pacino, and God, I love him, I don't think, well, I know, there's not much he could teach me about being a woman. Don't get so caught up in the technicalities of everything, like everything that I'm going through now with not being able to get an agent, or not being able to get signed because I can't get onto a specific thing. Yeah, don't get so caught up in it. I just try to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, and know that nothing will stop me from doing it. And I want to leave you guys with this. So a couple of months ago, I was having a very, very bad day, and I was on YouTube, and I was just watching loads of random videos, and I came across this one video called the Laws of Attraction, which I'm sure loads of you have heard about, but if you haven't, it's kind of this thing where you put out into the universe what you want out of your life, and then the universe has a funny way of making it happen for you. And I was having such a bad day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this manifestation. So I remember grabbing some pens, grabbing my book, and guys, let me just reiterate, I was having a bad day, so whatever I wrote on here was just things to cheer me up and not take everything so seriously, and this was only meant for me, but I am going to show it to you guys because I think, you know, if it helps, then I want it to help. But yes, and also before I do show it, I just want to explain, the more specific you are, the better. So if you want a car, you can't just tell the universe you want a car, you need to tell the universe what kind of car you see yourself driving. If you see yourself pulling up to Mackie D's in a Range, you say that, okay? But yes, that's how it works. So here's my book. I wrote it down, not on this. This was me trying to draw Robert De Niro, but everybody said that he looks more like Sylvester Stallone. I don't know. What do you guys think? You talking to me? This is it. Manifestation board. So like I said, I went to town on it. I even colour coordinated it and everything. I'll read a couple of things that I put on here. The very first thing, be signed to a wonderful casting agency. Somebody who's going to look after me, basically. Oh God. Become a full-time working actor. Be financially free. Go on the Graham Norton show. Graham Norton is my favourite human being. I love him to death, and I wish nothing more than to be on his show. I love the Graham Norton show. Meet Robert De Niro, or in brackets, or I'll take being in the same room as him. Meet Keanu Reeves and thank him for being the reason I have my dog. It's a long story, but it's true. I have to thank Keanu Reeves. There's loads of stuff on here. Laugh with Jimmy Fallon. Star in an espresso advert with George Clooney. You laugh, but I actually want to. I love coffee. George loves coffee. It looks like we could be the best of friends. What else is on here? Oh look, so buy my dream home, and then underneath it, afford furniture for my dream home. See what I mean with the specifics? And then on here is more the realistic things. Fall in love, have children, go to a Man United live match, because Man United are my team, I love them, go United, but I've never been to a live match. See, so it's more realistic on this side. Write my own book, pass math. What else is on here? Oh, I want a PGCE in teaching because I see teaching in my future as well. I love to learn. And then as we get further down, it looks like I kind of went off the bandwagon again. Bump into Cristiano Ronaldo / David Beckham. I don't mind which one. That sounds like me. It's unfortunate, but it does sound like me. Be directed by women directors. Act with Margot Robbie. Act with Michael B. Jordan. See, there's just loads of stuff on here. Have a joint birthday party with Jamie Foxx, because we both share the same birthday, 13th of December. Yay! And you know, I love Jamie Foxx. So there's just loads of stuff on here that just made me laugh. Take my mum and brothers to my first ever movie premiere. So a lot of things to do with acting, really. And then I remember that in the corner I wrote in big bold letters, now it doesn't matter which order this may come in, I'm not fussy. And I gotta say, guys, in case you're wondering, nothing that I've written on here has found its way back to me as of yet, but when it does, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so just do things like that, make yourself feel better, and write the things you actually want in life down. You know, I know some of mine may seem really far-fetched, but they are things that I do think about in my head, oddly enough. So yeah, so just remember, I'm here with you. We'll do this together. Please let me know how you guys are getting on if you are trying to pursue acting full-time as well. If you have any advice for me, I'd love to hear it. God knows I'm in need of it. And yeah, I will definitely keep you guys posted. And like I said, it's a process, and embrace it, and we have to enjoy it. And I'll tell you what, last year I quit my job. I didn't have anything planned out for me, but I tell everybody to this day that last year, 2019, was the best year of my life. And the reason why it was the best year of my life, it was because it was the first ever time in my life, first ever year in my life, I made decisions solely for myself that benefited me. Also, just a quick one I just want to say, watch things on YouTube like this, it really helps. I've watched so many people. Last night when I got into bed, my friend from New York, yeah, I've got friends in New York, he sent this thing to our group chat of Brie Larson. She's just started a YouTube channel, and she's got a video of her auditioning experiences, which is split into 2 parts, and I'll put it in the suggestions for you up here. But that's worth a watch as well. So there's loads of people out there who can help you. So stay in touch, and have a wonderful day. Mwah.